And now, coming at you from Yellowknife, Canada, from one of our living rooms, we're talking movies.
And sometimes TV shows.
With spoilers included, folks.
This is Armchair Reviews.
Wait, is that based off like the armchair quarterback is saying? Is that what we're talking about right now?
Chris, we spoke about this before.
Are you sure?
Yes, more than once.
Are you positive, though?
You wrote the joke.
Oh, God damn it. All right, you're right. I apologize.
Featuring
Chris Godden
and James Mackay.
Hey, welcome back to another fantastic episode of Armchair Reviews, guys. Episode, I think it's 42
It
now.
is 42, yes.
Holy shit. Whose voice is that? Whose voice is that? I don't know. You know what? It's not James, I'll tell you that much.
It's much better.
It's much better, he
Much
said.
better.
This fucking guest host is coming in hot, folks. My name is Chris Godden, and here we have a guest host for this week while James is off doing
Honeymoon.
fucking Europe shit. He's on his...
European shit on his honeymoon.
Yeah. I think he's sucking off Conor McGregor in Ireland or some shit. Yeah, he's in Ireland right now. He'll be in Amsterdam sometime today, I think. Who we got with me today?
You got Tyler Pond here, live from
shit.
Chris's apartment.
That's correct. That's where we do it, folks. The cozy apartment building that has odd taints of Indian food and
Stir fry.
stir fry. There it is.
We got some stir fry mixed in there.
Yeah,
with
down the
Indian
hallway.
food.
That's great. So Tyler, thank you for joining me this week.
Thanks for having me.
Didn't have to do this shit by myself again. You know, talking to someone else and bouncing off ideas off an actual human body rather than myself is a lot more fun. And we have another guest in my apartment here, cracking beers as we do this lovely show.
I wouldn't say he's a guest. He's just kind of a guy that followed us in.
He just kind of showed up.
He just kind of showed up.
Tailgated off our buzz code.
Riding our coattails.
What a fucking...
Look at this guy.
Fucking guy just drinking beers. What a slut. Anyway. All right. Anyway, guys, this episode here, we're going to be talking about brand spanking new movie, Venom. It's a Marvel movie, but it's not in the Marvel universe.
No, it was kind of a different kind of...
Do you, Tyler, know like what the whole scoop is about this Spider-Man bullshit that we have going on here? Why certain things can be in the MCU and why they can't be? Do you have any idea about that?
I know, but I think some of the people listening don't know.
That's a very good deflection right there.
Why do we let them know what's going on?
AKA, Tyler doesn't know fuck all.
Yeah, Tyler doesn't know shit.
So, pretty much, I think I've said this before on the show where Sony has the Spider-Man rights, or had the Spider-Man rights.
Okay.
They've made a deal with MCU Marvel Studios because they fucked up with the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah,
they had that with
royally.
Andrew Garfield and stuff like that, and they got too big for their britches, pretty much. They were trying to cram in a bunch of these characters into Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
And then they fired Andrew Garfield for reasons. And then they figured out, okay, if we're going to be doing this character again, we're going to get some help. So they made a deal with Marvel Studios to get Spider-Man in there with Tony Stark and Iron Man, or the same fucking guy, Captain America, all that good shit.
Yeah.
But now Sony still has a lot of the rights to these other secondary characters that are in Spider-Man's world, a la Venom. So that's pretty much where we are. And I think that's where a lot of people are going to get detracted from this movie.
Yeah.
Is because Venom, he's the anti-Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right? He's next to, you know, your big ones like Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus. Venom is right up there with his big-time villains.
Well, yeah, I think that's just one of the things, you know. You think Batman, you think Joker, you think... who else do we got here?
Superman, Lex Luthor.
Yeah, you know, you think Spider-Man, you think Venom. It's just, they go hand in hand.
Especially for us, because like, I don't know if you watched any like the animated series of Spider-Man.
You know what?
Like it came out in 1994.
Yeah, my aunt used to work at Walmart back in the day. She scored me a Spider-Man Green Goblin DVD.
Fucking sick, dude.
That's about all I got.
So I pretty much grew up with Spider-Man being like my guy. Same with Batman.
Yeah.
And obviously I've gone on this show and verbally sucked Spider-Man's dick off before. So
Get that web in there.
I'm gonna do it again, but not on for Spider-Man, yes, but not so much for Venom, and we'll get to reasons why. Mainly because Spider-Man has nothing to do with this movie.
Absolutely not.
No Peter Parker.
Nope.
You get all of Eddie Brock though, and Tom Hardy's playing him this time around. Last time you saw Venom was
Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, well, Tobey Maguire was Spider-Man. You
Yeah.
had Topher Grace as Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
What a stupid fucking casting. That was so dumb. You had the nerd Foreman from that 70s show supposed to play a hulked up rage monster.
Yeah.
I didn't get any of that.
That was a movie that did not need to happen.
I agree with that, but also they made fuck, okay. So I didn't mind that they made him a scumbag because he is
that's his character.
Yeah,
right?
he is a scumbag. He's a thief of ideas, and he tries to rip off Peter Parker and photography and all that shit. So they made that part of his character good in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Everything else dog shit. The design I thought was all right, but they made him like if they made him like this type of design, like more bulky,
Yeah.
and just huge rather than an actual just a normal like a regular guy in shape. It would have been a lot better.
He was more just your average guy rather than like this hulking behemoth that Venom is.
Yeah, and that's what he's supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
They, again, Sony did those movies. I'll stand by Spider-Man 1 and 2, like with Tobey.
Yeah.
I like those movies, especially 2. The second one is probably arguably one of the best superhero movies to date. I will argue that for sure.
That was the one with Dr. Octopus, right?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that one.
Especially because it came out in 2004, and this wasn't necessarily...
Well, it was kind of not unheard of, but it was a new...
It was a new trend that was just starting to expand, right? Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people forget that, the Marvel heroes and DC heroes have been out for a while, but really what started like the Marvel kickoff was Blade.
Okay.
like, and brutal. Like it was rated R. Like he has decapitating vampires and blood going everywhere. And then you had 99. You had X-Men and stuff like that. So it was just on the rise of being like popular movies. So, but Sony fucked up with Venom and Spider-Man in that sense because they added too much into one movie. And that's where they went wrong with Amazing Spider-Man 2. And now for this one, we have Venom.
With no Spider-Man.
There's no Spider-Man, but I like the design.
Yeah, I thought the design was awesome.
Like it looked really good, especially when it's standing still. It's not moving necessarily too much. A lot of people will be upset that there is no like white spider kind of emblem on his chest.
Yeah,
because he rips that off of Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man has the spider symbol on his chest, and that's where Venom, I'm assuming, gets the idea to have his own little version of it, right?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Well, he also has it like when Spider-Man's wearing his black suit in like the cartoon and in the comics, right?
Yeah,
he has the white there too.
Oh, okay. Because correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't the black suit a form of a symbiote anyway?
Yeah, no, it is. It's the same. It's Venom pretty much.
Okay.
He attaches to Spider-Man first, and then it detaches itself, goes onto Eddie Brock, and then the reason why he has those certain powers are because his initial host, he transferred some of the powers from Spider-Man.
That's right.
Into his host. That's why he can shoot out the tendrils almost like webs. Why he can stick to walls. Why he has a super strength. All that kind of good stuff. But that's the comic lore. This one, in the movie here that we're gonna get into now,
we don't see that stuff in that movie.
You really don't, and I don't blame it. Like it has its reasons because there's no Spider-Man. They're gonna have to be a little bit creative. Now they include that it's coming back on. We open this movie, space flight's coming back with a bunch of what.
Symbiotes.
Symbiotes, yeah.
Specimens, I think.
Specimens, yes, specimens.
Fine specimens from outer space.
And something goes wrong. The thing crashes, and one of them gets loose. It goes on a rampage a little bit. You get a nice little nod to the comic lore, I guess you can say, because you have, I think his name's John Jameson. It's J. Jonah Jameson's son, who you might know for obviously J. Jonah Jameson being the editor of the Daily Bugle.
Daily Bugle, yeah, that hires.
Get me
Peter
pictures
Parker.
of Spider-Man. So his son's there. It's a nice little wink and a nod. They don't really do anything. In the comics, Spider-Man saves him. In this one, there's no Spider-Man. He dies.
He does
The symbiote leaves him, transfers on to another character, and just disappears. So that's our introduction to, like, that's what really kicks off everything. And the main people behind this are the Life Foundation.
Yeah, they're the evil...
The evil corporation.
Corporation giants.
For I don't know if they couldn't use it, but like the Life Foundation is a real place in the comic book, and this movie itself is taking a lot out of a specific arc.
Okay.
Of the Venom backstory. I think I can't remember what it's called right now, but it has a lot to do with the Life Foundation and them being evil and Venom trying to stop them.
Yeah.
Making Venom the hero or the anti-hero. Pretty much, they're almost making it. It's really shitty how they made this character a hero.
It is, yeah. Like, what I really didn't like about it was he started off as Venom. You know, he eats people's faces and whatnot. He kills.
He really
people.
has an appetite for brains.
He does. He does. Organs specifically.
Yeah, because that's what it describes. Like when they're doing experiments in the Life Foundation, you find out that. Let's talk about that really quickly before we get in there.
Yeah, let's do that.
You have Riz Ahmed, his character, Carlton Drake. He's like this mega genius. He's the man behind the Life Foundation, trying to start and cause all these changes, cure cancer, all that good stuff. By using the symbiotes to combine human and alien together in order to make, space explorers better, I guess. And cure cancer and do with all this other shit that you can do. Like, it heals people, right?
Yeah.
But he's kind of maniacal in a sense that he's using these symbiotes and testing them on human subjects almost immediately.
Well, yeah, they test, what was it, a rabbit?
Rabbit, yeah. You got the yellow symbiote.
Yellow symbiote test, it bonds to the rabbit and all its, what do they call it?
It's toast?
No, like the vitals or whatever, everything's all looking good, it's healthy, and then...
Right, you discover that without certain, I guess, sustenance or something like that, they don't really say it like...
They described it in the movie as like an organ transplant. It has to...
it needs to
have to be like a match.
Right, yeah, it has to be a perfect match.
Yeah.
In order for the host to survive and stuff like that. But if it's not getting food or something that it needs, it's going to start... And even Venom says that to Eddie Brock at one point, too. If it doesn't feed, it starts eating its host's organs to survive.
Yeah.
And so anyway, you find out this Carlton Drake is maniacal. Eddie Brock breaks in to catch the story of a lifetime. A lifetime. I cracked myself up. No, it's okay. I'll see myself out soon enough.
Yeah, you just show yourself to the door, man.
All right, guys. Well, that's it. Tyler's got the rest of this episode. I'm going to take off here.
Yeah, just leave me in your apartment here, and I'll finish this off. Anywho,
he breaks in, and eventually the symbiote transfers to him. Lo and behold, it's the Venom symbiote. And that's where pretty much our story kicks off. He starts going through these changes and stuff. He starts freaking out. What did you think of Tom Hardy as Venom?
I actually thought he played the character really well. Obviously, the Venom itself was CGI.
It was all CGI.
All CGI.
Because the character's so big, like hulking. Even.
Yeah.
Like he's a small Hulk, essentially, is what he is. But they didn't have any. I think they try to do motion capture.
Okay.
But too big. I don't know why they couldn't. Obviously, they don't have the same tech as the Hulk does in the MCU movies.
Yeah.
Because they do that. They transfer Mark Ruffalo's face to it. But obviously, I guess it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
The head's going to be huge. The tongue is going to be everywhere. So they did a different. So it's all CGI essentially. And
no, I really enjoyed Tom Hardy as Venom in this movie. Personally, I love the. I guess the banter back and forth when he's kind of getting used to the changes of he's kind of hearing like Venom's voice in his head.
That's pretty. I actually enjoy that quite a bit.
Yeah.
He actually plays. He does the voice for Venom too.
Okay.
He makes the own voice, so you can hear it in certain twangs too, because he's trying to be like New Yorker.
Yeah.
But a little bit of his British accent does come through with certain words, and you can hear that especially
you can
with
hear
the
it,
Venom.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned it, you do hear There was one scene in particular when he leaves, what's her name? Anne?
Yeah.
His ex-fiance in the woods there. He says something to her.
I caught that as well.
Yeah, and you just get a hint of English accent.
Yeah, which is fine. Like it's a minor thing, but I did notice that. But I like the voice too. I like their banter, like you said. The design of Venom was good. The white veins in substitution for the Venom
Spider
symbol.
Spider symbol.
Yeah, that was good. When it's moving really quickly, it has some faults. I found, especially since it's all CGI, certain parts when it's half Venom, half Eddie Brock, it kind of looked glaring, especially at the end when it goes through the split
The
face.
half face, half Eddie Brock, half Venom face.
Didn't look good. It had some holes there.
Yeah.
And then when Venom actually shows up in his full form,
Yeah.
and he's lifting up Eddie or Tom Hardy, you see it where it really does look out of place. But once it's all Venom, you don't notice it as much. Obviously, it is CGI, but you don't notice it as much when there's real stuff. And even when he's riding the motorcycle and he has the Venom arms,
Yeah, the little...
and it's attached to his shoulder and stuff, it's just coming out of his shoulder a little bit. That attachment,
it's
looked
kind of
shitty.
Yeah, it could definitely have gone better, but
it's tough though. I don't want to. I guess I can critique it that much. Like there's better ways to do that.
yeah.
I feel like there's better ways to do it. You had mentioned Michelle Williams. It's funny that you did because she did not need to be Michelle Williams. You could put any other actress in that role, and it wouldn't make a fucking dent in what she did in that movie. Because Michelle Williams, she's a good actress. I think she's won a fucking Academy Award like for best actress. She's not just a good actress; she's the best actress. Okay, she got a fucking trophy for it. And she ends up wearing a fucking schoolgirl skirt in the third act, and that's it. Doesn't need anything. She doesn't do anything.
No, it's very true. I mean, they could have picked anybody else to do that role, and I'm sure they would have done it just fine.
Yeah, I don't think she enjoyed herself too much with this. Not professionally, at least. Probably for a check.
Yeah.
But holy fuck. What she... Again, I can't even... Like, the good part that she was involved with wasn't even necessarily her because it's all CGI. Because the one really cool bit that she has is when she becomes She-Venom.
Yeah.
Like, she takes the Venom symbiote herself, and you have Venom all of a sudden become a very voluptuous 7-foot Amazon that's covered in the Venom symbiote.
I did like the transfer, though, when Venom transferred back to Tom Hardy. I thought that was kind of cool.
It was cool how they did it, but also, is Venom just macking his host right now? Because it's not even the character Anne, it's just Venom. Like,
it's just Venom. Just walks up to Tom Hardy and just starts
sticks
kissing
his
him, yeah. That like 24-inch tongue down his throat.
Down his throat. Just tickling his stomach acid.
Yeah. Ooh, what's down here?
It was cool, but at the same time, I was kind of like, oh, that's weird.
It's one of those things where you kind of don't want to watch.
Dude, is Venom gay? But
Spoiler.
it's because it's spoiler.
Oh man.
All right, where else can we go with this? What do you think of the other symbiotes? What do you think is going to happen with that?
Oh yeah, one thing we didn't mention was the other symbiote that got away at the crash there.
Yes, I talked to you about that at the end of it. That was one of my bugaboos that really stood out for me. It was, so you have the plane, like as we explained, the spaceship crashes. Yet the symbiote, we find out it's Riot. He escapes by transferring himself from Jameson to an EMT.
Yeah, so the spaceship crashes. All kinds of emergency responders are on scene. They find out one of the pilots is still alive. That's Jameson, like you said. They get him in an ambulance. They're driving down the road, and then they find out the only reason why he's alive is because the symbiote has bonded to him, or whatever.
I don't think the audience finds that out.
Yes.
Because no one else finds out, because he like pops up like that video game, or not the video game. Do you remember that old board game, Don't Wake Daddy?
Yes, I do.
He fucking pops up like a time with Don't Wake Daddy. His nightcap flies off.
Yeah.
and then transfers himself to, kills the driver, transfers
Just
himself to
fucks
the
up
medic.
the whole ambulance.
Yeah.
And then, transfers on to the EMT.
The EMT, she walks off and kind of zombie-esque, where she has that...
Very zombie-esque.
Now, coming back, thinking about this, I wondered why it was kind of zombie-esque while she was walking like that. And when Eddie Brock got his symbiote, he was walking fine. Like, he was pretty good. Like,
Well, he was fucking running through buildings and climbing trees and shit.
Maybe because they explained later it wasn't a perfect match, but what I'm thinking now, maybe that's a wink and a nod to the director, Ruben Fleischer, because what movie did he direct in 2009 with, we'll come back to it in a bit, with Woody Harrelson? Zombieland.
I didn't see that movie.
You didn't see Zombieland?
I did not.
Get the fuck out of here right now.
I go through this same conversation at least once a week with my girlfriend. Oh man, you don't remember this movie? Like, I never seen that movie.
Watch
How did
it
you
right
never
now.
see this movie?
Do yourself a favor. Okay.
Can we pause this and go watch this
Let's
right
go
now?
watch it right now. It's on Netflix.
Netflix. I don't have Netflix.
Oh my
I'm just fucking with you. I got Netflix.
Oh my god. I was just about to just snap this microphone in half.
Fuck this. I quit.
Jump off my apartment.
Get off my.
Get off my lawn. No, seriously. Okay, first before we advance, watch Zombieland.
Okay.
It's a good Halloween movie. Has some great comedic performances as well as some actual frights. The zombie makeup is cool, and Bill Murray. So that's all you need. Bill fucking Murray. So maybe that's why this character was walking like a zombie. Maybe I'm looking into it. I probably really am, but at the same time, it'd be a cool little something if like
just a little tidbit, a little Easter egg.
Yeah, so that's cool. Maybe that's why. But at the same time, it didn't make sense with regards to the movie why some people would walk around fine and others, like especially like the little girl, she was fine, but this one wasn't.
And that, like the old lady too, that was.
She had like a cane, and then she starts walking fine.
Fucked up, could barely walk. I think she was blind in one eye or something like that. Riot transfers over to her, and then she's just fine.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of a issue for me, but again, you can chalk that up to the hosts being compatible, non-compatible, maybe. The other symbiotes we see, you don't see much of Venom at all until he is transferred from Maria, which is the homeless woman that Eddie Brock knows.
Yeah,
which is kind of convenient out of all of San Francisco.
Yeah, that one homeless girl that he knows. But that's when Venom shows up, the black symbiote. Yeah, so maybe just backstep a little bit here. So
I love backstepping. I do it all the time on the show.
Backstep.
Pivot.
So Carlton Drake, he turns to testing out homeless people. That's what they were. They went straight from the bunny to homeless people.
They're volunteers, okay?
Yeah, volunteers. They're
being kidnapped,
signing waivers,
and murdered.
It's normal. It happens every day. So they're collecting homeless people for this experiment. Hence, this conveniently placed homeless woman that Eddie Brock knows. Yeah. So anyway, place her in the lab. Eddie Brock gets in, and action.
We have he's brought in by Jenny Slate's character, one of the doctors that's working with Carlton Drake.
Yes, we got a good girl working for the bad guy.
Yeah,
and she
gets killed by one of the symbiotes, one of the other symbiotes. So there's two others. One that infected the rabbit, which is yellow
symbiote.
I think in the comics, you don't really see anything other. I think it might infect the black guy that they use it on.
Yeah, they don't really say which one infected him.
No, and it really gets weird because they don't show him die.
No, they don't.
But there's also two others. So the other one, which I think is Phage, in the comics, I think that's supposed to be Phage. Because there's a bunch of symbiotes.
There's a list that's...
And then there's also
names long.
A blue one, which we see, that actually kills the good doctor.
Yeah.
Not Freddie Highmore on that new Doctor show.
That's actually a good show.
Not the
I
Good
do
Doctor.
watch that show.
Do you watch that show?
I do watch that show.
Why? Okay, here's my thing. Why is autism a superpower now?
Well, the thing with the autism is...
Because I brought that up in the Predator episode that I talked about, where the kid he's autistic.
Okay,
and
you're going to say Predator was autistic. I was like...
No, but the Predator wants autism because he thinks it's an evolutionary tactic to get better at humans. So, but now this kid, anyway, the Good Doctor, not that Good Doctor, not Freddie Highmore,
Different Good Doctor.
different Good Doctor. Jenny Slade's character, I forget what her character's name is, Skirth or something like
Something SC, I don't know, Doctor.
I'm just gonna say
something.
Doctor Skirth.
Skirth.
Nora? Is it Nora?
I don't know.
Ah,
I didn't
Does it matter?
catch the name. It
Nah.
doesn't matter because she dies.
It doesn't give a fuck about this character because she's useless too. All she's good for is getting Eddie Brock in the facility to enable him to get the Venom symbiote.
Pretty much, she gets him inside. She tells him to go into the lab.
But don't touch anything.
Don't touch anything. Go in this lab with aliens and all kinds of science shit.
And he's like, cool.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm not going to touch anything. And then he's a kid in a candy store.
It's funny though because he's taking pictures and he's taking pictures.
All
And
kinds
then
of
one
selfies.
of them, just peace sign in front
Dead
of
bodies.
There's
peace
one. There's
sign. No,
one
I'm
where
just
like
kidding.
there
It's
looks
not
like
selfies.
vomit all over the glass wall, and then you're like, oh, cool. There must be something in there. He's just taking pictures normally, but then you look inside and there's like this big mound of blue goo, and it looks like some like alien chest bursted out of this body. That's not a body. It's blue goo. Maybe it's a dead symbiote. I don't know.
Yeah, there didn't really.
But but there's no reaction from him.
No, he's just okay. Yeah.
Oh, cool. This is normal. But if you just got told you're going into a room full of aliens and you saw this vomit on a glass window and all this blue shit everywhere, that looked like a cocoon of dead alien excrement, would you just be like, yeah, that's normal, that's fine?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. I'd be chill. I'd be chill as a cucumber.
Oh, look at that! Look at that blue goo right there.
That's cool. Snap. Next.
And put this on my story. Instagram this.
I mean, WTF, mate.
Inside Alien Lab. Hashtag don't touch.
Hashtag LOL.
Hashtag JK I touched.
Hashtag don't tell anyone. Hashtag don't tell anyone I'm in here. Hashtag good tweet.
On Instagram.
Yeah.
Good tweet on Instagram.
They have hashtags on Instagram now. You can follow hashtags.
Now they've always had it.
I don't know. Fuck. I don't know.
Instagram's been around since 2009.
Really?
It has.
Actually?
I
got it like last week. So.
Okay. Anyways, so Eddie Brock is in the lab. He's taking pictures. There's that blue goo on the fucking floor, whatever.
I forget what that symbiote would be. I forget the name. There's like Toxin, there's Phage, there's Riot, there's Venom, there's Carnage, there's
Toxin is like a
sleeker one though.
It's like not an adaptation. It's like a piece of Carnage though, I believe.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
It's like a sub.
He's another character all on his own.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a symbiote. That's right. That's right.
So he's in the lab taking his pictures, and then that's when he finds that homeless girl.
He breaks the glass with a fire extinguisher.
Because, they got...
At least they're safe. They're up to code.
Well, I looked quickly, and that fire extinguisher hasn't been checked since, 2013.
Its tag hasn't been punched. Yeah, that's bullshit. Yeah. Someone should look into that building. It's not safe.
It's not up to code. Not up to code.
Like another building in Yellowknife here, for example, that happened recently. Oh, too soon. Oh, fuck. That's brutal. Fuck. Anyway, no sprinklers, man.
No sprinklers.
But apparently that was fine. Anyway, neither here nor... God damn it.
God dang it, Bobby.
Will you shut the hell up? Doing a podcast here. What a kind soul. He's making up for his errors.
Oh, yeah. He just about spilled that on the carpet.
That's a good friend pissing all over my floor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you. He just filled my
bathroom right down the hall. Literally right down
right
the hall.
down the hall. What's he do is piss all over my wine glass. Jesus Christ. Yes, I'm a classy bitch and I drink wine out of the box.
I'm gonna drink it anyway, but there's still some wine in there. I'm not gonna waste that
mate.
shit.
Didn't even have to ask. That's amazing. All right, so let's get into we got the plot out of the way. We got some of the characters. I think Carlton Drake, Riz Ahmed, again, good actor. I enjoy him.
I didn't understand. Carlton Carlton Drake.
Great name.
Great name. Played by like an East Indian guy.
Riz Ahmed, yeah.
Doesn't that sound kind of...
What are you saying, Tyler?
I don't know.
I don't want that shit on my podcast, goddammit. You intolerable sack of shit.
Oh, fuck.
No, it makes sense because he's a genius, right?
He's genius, yeah.
He knows math.
He knows math.
now that's some crazy shit. Anyway, no, he was fine, but I think he was bored with the character too. I think, again, he's one of those villains that's just he becomes maniacal for the sake of being maniacal, and then I think the symbiote.
Well,
here's the thing. Okay,
you can't have a corrupt organization without a maniacal leader.
I guess. I mean, the Osborn Corporation, like Oscorp.
Oscorp.
You need Norman Osborn.
Exactly.
He's the Green Goblin. But you can't talk about the Green Goblin because this is fucking movie studios. Fuck.
Shit.
Now, before I get into it, do you say symbiote or symbiote?
I say symbiote.
Symbiote?
Symbiote?
They say symbiote in the movie. I always said symbiote.
Symbiote?
Or I guess it would be because if you say symbiotic, because that's like the relationship that they share. Mm-hmm. I guess symbiote would be correct. Either way, doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't give a care. I don't give a care.
Hey, tomato, right?
No, it's tomato though.
Well,
no, it's tomato though. That's for sure.
Okay.
That's fine.
That's fine. It's good.
Now, what do you think of? Like we talked about the symbiotes, the different ones. They kind of leave the door open. Oh wait, no. I know where we were going with this. So we explained how that riot escapes, takes over a couple bodies, and disappears. And then they flash forward 6 months later.
Yes.
Right? So, and then it cuts back into the actual Life Foundation, and they're doing tests and all that kind of good shit. But have they just completely abandoned their search? Because they know one's missing.
Yeah, I don't understand that. They figured it out when they were doing their emergency response to the
crash site.
Yeah, no, we got 3 samples or 3 symbiotes.
Yeah, one's loose. What's happening?
Yeah, we don't know where one is. Okay, cool.
All right, cool. So there's an alien specimen somewhere in East Malaysia, and they have no idea where it is, has no idea what it's capable of, if it's infectious, contagious, if it's any type of that. If it, have you seen that movie with Jake Gyllenhaal and
Life?
Thank you.
It's
called Life. Dog shit movie. It's fucking terrible. They sell it with Ryan Reynolds in it because he's just coming off his movie with Deadpool, so they want to get more people out because he's riding high.
Fucking Ryan Reynolds.
But that movie's so fucking dumb. I hated it because it's so easy to see what's happening. Some cool death scenes, whatever.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds in particular, he gets fucking murked. But it's so dumb but imagine if like that same type of creature that you don't know what it is just lands on Earth, and then that's okay. Everyone's dead now.
All right, fuck it. It's
but
gone.
This foundation, they want to keep it hush hush. I get that, as you would.
But do you think they would send a team or something?
Something.
Fucking something.
But they just do 6 months later.
Yeah.
Everything's okay.
Everything's fine.
And
There's a little old lady.
You don't hear about it ever again that they're missing. They're still missing one. We got to get guys. Even if it was a one-off line, a throwaway line, be like, "How's that team in fucking Central Africa or whatever the fuck, wherever
East Malaysia."
No, I know it was East Malaysia, but they might have moved since then.
Oh yeah, I guess
at
they're
least
not
to
going to
show
stay there for 6 months.
Yeah, at least they're showing that they're tracking it or something.
Doing something with it.
They lose track of it entirely while it's transferring hosts.
Fucking killing people left, right, and center because it's Riot. He's a lot more aggressive. He's a lot more advanced than Venom is. Fucking making axes and swords and shit with his hands.
That was my one thing that just didn't make a whole lot of sense. Now let's get into, before we get in, I get into what I like to call I'm going to shit on this movie category.
Okay, that's a good
category. Talk about, because I have a few.
I got a few shits I'm going to take.
All over this movie. What'd you like about it? Other than what we've already talked about. What scenes, what What scenes did you feel like you liked?
I'm just gonna come straight out and say it. I really like the movie.
You're gay. Oh. I read that wrong. Sorry.
If I was gonna come out, I wouldn't say I'm gonna come straight out.
Okay.
I'm gonna come out straight. I was gay the whole time, but I'm coming out straight. No. I did enjoy the movie. I thought it was good. I thought it was...
So you liked it as a whole?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm generally easy to please with movies.
Yeah, you would, you slut.
No, I thought it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I enjoyed the banter with Eddie Brock and Venom. You know, he's... Like, there's like that scene when he breaks into the fucking network place where he used to work. And
Yeah.
Venom.
Yeah.
Jump out the window.
He's like,
He just takes the elevator.
He's like, pussy.
Pussy.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah, like just little bits like that.
There's little humorous parts where, like, I did actually enjoy like that.
Yeah.
For example, I did like that.
But on the other hand, it's not like other Marvel movies like fucking Ragnarok where they're just shoving jokes down your throat left, right, and center. Like, it was a little bit of a darker movie. Something I don't think I'd take my kid to. But at the same time, it was also kind of funny, kind of...
Well, it was teetering on the edge, right? It's 14,
Yeah.
14A. You still have people's heads getting bitten off, but you don't see... Like, you see it, it's a clean off. There's no, like, blood spatter. Like, there's no... There's no, like, Deadpool where, you know, people's swords are going through...
Just
You get
fucking
one little bit of
ridiculous gore. Not gore, but like people
It's not a
get-
Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yeah.
You know, there's no blood spurt everywhere. There is violence, but it's
It's a clean violence.
you could say it's tasteful.
It's tasteful. With the pinky up while you're drinking your tea.
Yes, quite. Yes.
Yes,
Indubitably.
he bit his head off and it was quite delightful.
Exquisite, darling.
Anywho, yeah, that's back to what I was saying. Yeah, I did enjoy the movie. I thought it was good. Like I was telling you earlier, the part I didn't like was the chase scene when
The bike scene?
yes, when I can't remember his name. I'm just gonna call him by his fucking movie name. Carlton Drake sends the team to get Eddie Brock after
Is like his lead henchman Trace or Trace or something?
Trice or Treese. I don't know, Trish. I don't know what it was.
Trish, goddamn Trish.
Damn it, Trish. But yeah, like that scene is what, 5 minutes long, and it's just them chasing after Eddie Brock on his motorcycle while like Venom's just deflecting fucking missiles and drones and.
I think it's for what this movie does, because there's three main action sequences that you have, right? You have the chase scene, which introduces. I think it's a good introduction for what the symbiote can do.
Yeah, it kind of
while not forming Venom as a whole.
it
'Cause
kind
you
of
get
shows
chased through-
off his.
There's a cool scene where like the tendril pops out, grabs like a stop sign or stop light.
A door, wasn't it a door?
Well, that too,
Okay,
but he's
sure.
taking a sharp turn.
Yes,
and then,
yes.
And then it just makes a platform underneath him to help skid around the corner.
So he doesn't fucking melt his legs off.
Yeah, just does that shield underneath. That's cool. There, where he takes the door, where Tendril rips off a door and uses it to stop these kamikaze drones, which I think that's fucking a very poor investment to use as kamikaze drones.
They could have done something a little better. Even
I
if
think
it's
that
like
was stupid.
machine gun drones.
It had a cool enough effect where it was like kind of blue flame.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Like, what were they?
And they're just blowing up. That's all they were.
What the fuck is in these drones that's making it blue? Though?
Fucking Freon? I don't know. But yeah, no. Again, so there was cool bits in that. Again, I talked about the effects with him grabbing the handlebars and the effects on his arms are kind of shit. But as he's going and, oh, this isn't a dead end for us, and the thing is kind of, it's adjusting to what's happening around them.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily mind it. The length, it did seem long. It was probably the longest action scene in the movie.
Yeah,
which
for sure.
I felt like they could have invested that time more towards the end, the final act, which I'm sure we're going to get on to. But it intros what it can do, right? What it can do, what Eddie can do. It heals him at the end of it. You see him like
He's all fucked up. His
Yeah.
legs broken.
I wish they did that slower. Like they if they have that long scene, I wish they did it a little slower to include just a little bit longer like body horror. Nothing is better than a well-produced body horror scene, especially when this character just crashed. Like it's a horrific crash, and his bones are all fucked up. His
Yeah,
legs
he just
sideways
gets
and
fucked
shit.
up by that.
He has a gash on his shoulder, which you don't see until it's close up, but then it just heals automatically. Just do it slow. Make his arms and like bones actually like pop back in his body. His leg, do it slower, where his leg slowly snaps into place.
Yeah, like
They
kind
did
of what
this-
they do with Wolverine and X-Men.
A little bit, but what I was actually going to compare it to was, I didn't like this movie. We shat on it quite a bit, but Tom Cruise's The Mummy,
Okay.
where you have a lot like there's little side mummies and stuff, and she's making other mummies by sucking their life out of them.
Got some side mummies. Not my main mummies.
not my main mummies, my side mummies. But they're like snapping back and forth, and it's like quick cuts too, which makes it really disturbing. Do that while he's healing, and it'll just make it a little bit more enjoyable to see that healing effect. But also, like he gets healed fully, that's cool. But make it painful for him too. Make him feel that
The bones snap back into place. And
because especially his fingers were all sideways and fucked.
they were sideways and fucked. they were fucked sideways.
One could say that. So, just accent that to really show it, but also make the character feel it. And I feel like that would be a lot more engaging to the audience as well. So you can see like, okay, he still feels the pain, but at the end of the day, it's better for him.
Yeah.
And that'd be a better way to top off that scene, and then show the full Venom and all his capabilities, like he bites off the head and stuff like that. That's cool. And then he jumps away, and you see him like swim and stuff like that. That's really cool. I like that.
Swims across the.
Just the
lake or
best
whatever.
at the butterfly. He's really good at the butterfly stroke.
He'd give what's his name, Michael Phelps.
Run for his money, man.
What category would he compete under though? Because he's not American.
Tom Hardy,
No, Venom. Like
New World Nation. I don't know.
they create their own. On a side note, though, I kind of wanted to touch on this. When do you ever see in like an action movie them using fucking Jeep Grand Cherokees for their?
Did they use it for this one?
They did, yeah. And I was like, what the fuck, like,
Usually it's like a Mercedes Benz or something.
or some sort of like Hollywood bullshit made up armored vehicle.
Well, it's always that's the thing with these movies. They're always black SUVs.
Yeah,
They're always black SUVs, no matter what it is. Usually for like, you see a lot of Mercedes Benz, like you see a lot of Land Rovers.
mm-hmm.
Not a lot of which one did you just say?
Jeep Grand Cherokee. I've never seen one of those in a movie.
Jeep Grand Cherokee.
God damn it.
God damn. Jeep Grand Cherokee.
But yeah,
that's
I
good- that's
just
a good
think
point. I
that was
didn't
like an
even notice
odd choice for a movie, or not for a movie, for a vehicle to use.
I don't know. Just it doesn't. To me, it doesn't matter. Just because I guess the movie or the studio is like, who can sponsor us? Who can we get ad placement for?
Who can give us some money?
Okay, Jeep, you're first
All
one
right.
to call. You're in there, buddy. Get in there, Tiger.
Yeah.
Now give us 18 Jeep Grand Cherokees, of which we're going to destroy, and then 3 that'll survive, at minimum.
Solid point. Okay.
Now, second scene that you actually see Venom fight a lot. It was actually after the elevator scene where he's like pussy. He's in his old building, the news building, and
he
It's
gets
a
off
full-
the elevator in the lobby.
yeah, you had the full SWAT team there.
I fucking love that scene.
That was a great scene, except no, okay.
It was not a great scene.
I'm torn a little bit here because
Okay.
it was good. I liked it because it's showing off all what he can do, what his weaknesses are at the same time. Because you see the flashbangs.
Yeah.
For that instant, like you see the tendrils like pop out. And he's like, "Fuck, that hurts." But the bullets, nothing. He's just swallowing them pretty much in his suit. But the smoke itself is distracting. It's really cool when he catches the smoke grenade and pops it with his hands. You see it crush it in a
Yeah.
second. And the other one he catches with his mouth and bites it, and then he disappears into the smoke.
And he's just fucking these guys
And
up.
he starts
left, right,
fucking
and
these guys up. I wish the smoke wasn't necessarily there because I want to see him against normal humans.
Yeah.
And see him clearly. You see a lot of like him throwing people around and slamming them. He actually has like a Hulk Avengers scene where he literally grabs someone by the ankle and
just
smashes them like a
smashes the
Hulk
shit
smash,
out
and
of
then
them.
throws them around in a circle and then throws them against a wall and stuff. That's cool, but kind of also a rip off of the Hulk Avengers.
Yeah.
And then anytime he, fuck, that's cool. And the flash, I like the flashbang effect probably the most in that scene because it's showing his weakness.
Yeah.
What I didn't like was when they ended it with him, with Anne, Michelle Williams' character, coming in and he turns into
Venom.
Eddie Brock.
Oh yeah. Sorry, he's getting ready to eat that fucking dude's head or face.
That was a cool effect because it's showing his mouth almost elongate like a snake, right?
Like fucking Pennywise and It.
Yeah, it's coming out.
Fucking protruding mouth.
Is really cool. I really like that. It looked good because it was short and sweet. And he was about to do it. She says stop. He starts running towards her, and as he's running,
stop. Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. Pussy, what? He starts running, but as he's running, he's changing back into him.
Yeah.
Which it would have looked good if they pull it off right, because as he's running, he's getting shorter too.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy is not a big guy, so he's jacked, but he's short. But he's shrinking down. If they did that a little bit better, I feel like, because the effect was shit. Like it took me out of it for a second because it looked kind of bad.
It looked kind of, it was
it was shoddy.
There was something weird going on there. They still had like the fibers of Venom kind of disappearing. He was like kind of gray. It was just it was a weird transition from Venom into Tom
transition is the right word. Then we get to the final action set piece where it's Venom versus Carnage. Sorry, Venom versus Riot.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
I say Carnage because Riot had all the powers of Carnage.
Yeah.
He's first of all, he's a little bit bigger. He's Venom on steroids. And he actually kind of reminded me a little bit when he starts having like this thing stick out of his back.
Yep.
He's a mix of Venom and fucking Doomsday from Batman vs Superman.
Oh yeah. That
except
yeah.
it's only a slight step up from Doomsday. Doomsday was shit, but this one's also shit because he's like scaly. It's almost like molten rock.
He did have like a rock sort of appearance to him. I noticed it like around the eyes and stuff.
Yeah, right? And like the mouth and stuff like that.
He was kind of weird.
But they give him, like, Riot is like a tertiary character of the symbiotes. Like, there's no actual full Wikipedia page on Riot. You have one for Venom and Carnage and the rest of the symbiotes, but his details is very small. So why they chose him as the main villain? Obviously, he bonds with Carlton Drake, whatever. But I get he's the bad guy. He's the final one. But why make it Riot? And why make him like the leader of the symbiotes?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't make sense to me. Like, if you're gonna do this character, Spider-Man, Venom, Carnage, they're all wrapped together. Especially, like, Carnage is an enemy of Spider-Man, but also he's a Venom God damn it! I keep fucking up. He's also an enemy. He's also an enemy of Venom. Spider-Man and Venom in the comics have to team up because Carnage is such a fucking megalomaniac, serial killer, bastard, lunatic, in order to take him down.
Yeah.
So why? I guess they're saving it because they're really planning on this movie to be able to spawn a franchise. We'll come back to that in a second.
We'll get to that. Yeah.
But why would you give Carnage's powers to Riot when you can just have?
You could just have Carnage, and
you could just have Carnage, but you also make Riot at least give him some sort of different power set, not just another not just another bigger Venom, but with Carnage's powers. You know what I mean? Like, just give him something else. The other ones have some other power or something, or they're toxic to touch, or venomous, or whatever.
They all have like their own special, unique abilities. I kind of felt like they didn't really touch on Venoms that much. Like,
they really didn't. Again, like but I guess, as I mentioned earlier, they didn't give him the same kind of power set as Spider-Man. They gave him the super strength, the claws, the tendrils, which I like.
Yeah.
But they also made him like climb up walls with his claws.
Yeah, he didn't stick like Spider-Man does. He like legit fucking grabbed into these buildings with his hands.
I get what they're doing. They're trying to do what they can without including Spider-Man. it just seems off why they couldn't do something different or be creative enough to alter Riot in a way that's not ripping off another character. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so let's flash forward here to know what we're saying. We have Carnage or Cletus Cassidy introduced at the end of the movie.
Just one sec before you touch on that.
Okay.
One part I didn't like is just how easy kind of Venom flipped over to being like the bad guy. Like, oh, I'm here to
like right towards the end of the movie.
Yeah, like he tells Eddie Brock, he's like, do as I say and you'll survive.
Right.
Like, he's like holding him
That's
hostage.
after his
pretty
first
much.
little
After he swims or he fucks up the.
he does the 100-meter dash in the pool.
Like 3 seconds. Anyway, he swims across this body of water, and then that's when they kind of have like Venom comes out of Eddie Brock a little bit, and they have like little face to face.
It's literally a face to face.
Yeah, it's Venom's head and Eddie Brock are just talking and whatnot.
I think that was mainly for the audience because obviously that he's taken over.
Yeah,
they could have just if they wanted to save money, they could have just had him conversate with himself on a buoy in the middle of the ocean, and have the voice coming in. You didn't have to have the face to face, but I guess it looks cool. So
I guess it does kind of introduce, like in the movie itself, it introduces Eddie Brock to Venom because he does have like that. Yeah, because he does kind of have that little instance when like the start of that chase scene where he's like looking in the car window.
Yeah.
He sees Venom, but he looks like Eddie Brock.
Right.
Like his reflection is Venom, but yeah. But back to what I was saying. I didn't really appreciate how they.
I didn't
appreciate it. It hurt my feelings. They just kind of made him like kind of floppy. Like he's this bad guy that's gonna like kill people and eat organs and shit like that. And then just out of nowhere, we gotta find Riot. He's the bad guy. I don't want to kill the planet anymore. I want to kill Riot.
Well, because you're right. Because he does have a quick change of heart.
Yeah.
And the only reason is because, I like you now, Eddie.
Yeah,
and
you're kind of a lot like me.
They make
Eddie, me and you are the same guy.
We're not so different, you and I. Bring it back to Austin Powers real quick. See, I did say that.
You and I.
That's great. So yeah, that is. But they compare it like. Because he says Venom says of himself that he's a loser on his planet or wherever he's from.
He's a loser.
He's like Eddie's a loser.
Yeah.
Hey, we could be something great here. I kind of like that in a sense where it's like Venom has enough intelligence to be like, I can rule this place.
Yeah.
We can do this together. Because I like you. I like where you're at. Let's just do it. Let's just fucking be dominant, not aggressive, but dominant.
Yeah, that's kind of hand in hand. Well,
hand in hand, literally hand in hand.
We'll rule Earth with an iron fist.
That's right. So they want to protect the Earth now because they want to pretty much rule it. Well, he wants to be a better part of himself.
Yeah. Like
they just both want to be a better part of themselves, dude.
Want to be the best them
they can be. They're gonna do some yoga.
Work on that meditation he was trying.
That's right. He's gonna find his
inner chi.
Inner chi, yes. Namaste to you.
No, but yeah.
So that's why he tries to fight Carlton Drake because right now he's about to blast off into space again because Riot and him, they're going to bring more fucking symbiotes back to Earth. But this is where I don't get it because Carlton Drake, he must know that he's going to die. Like all of humanity, he was trying to save humanity.
Yeah.
And he's just going to die.
And then he just kind of gets that power of Riot and he's like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it, whatever,
fuck
we're
this.
good, man.
Fuck it, I got power, I'm good.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. That's pretty much what he does.
Yeah.
And then so Venom and him have a quick scuffle. You see a lot of cool powers from Riot again, Carnage. You see his blade hands, his axe hands. He drops like this. He weights his tendrils into like a mace.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
That was pretty cool.
But then it's just a clusterfuck of CGI.
It was hard to follow.
On a ramp that is also part CGI.
Yeah.
It was hard to follow. It lasted for about 5 minutes. Stupid. Like, even when you see, like, Eddie Rocky gets stabbed through the chest. Oh, no, he's dead. No, he's not. I didn't feel anything because I know he's going to come back. Fucking Tyler's sneezing all over the place. You know what that is? It's allergic. He's allergic to bullshit.
It's
that
bullshit.
Fucking ending was
it's
bullshit.
a fucking bullshit ending.
Why have that fight on such a limited place and dark? Is it to get away? Is it to cheap, like to be cheap about the CGI because you can get away with a couple things?
Could be, but also like it was fucking confusing. It was
which one's which? Because they're both dark.
They're both very dark. They pretty much look the same. They're fighting each other at one point in time. They are each other.
Other than Riot's skin complexion, he has tried proactive. It's not working for him. He's gonna try.
He emailed the company. He's getting his money back.
He's trying Dermalogica now. We'll see how it works out.
Maybe it'll be in the sequel. I don't know.
But yeah, like again, you try to. They tried to color these symbiotes, but then you make the two symbiotes that are so fucking similar fight against each other. You can have a yellow guy and a black one.
Yeah, just
or I don't know, maybe Carnage, fucking red versus black. Do something better, Sony.
Because in the comics, isn't Riot like silver?
Something like that. He's silver, and there's another blue one. But even like Venom in the comics, he has a bit of a blue tinge, especially in the animated series.
Yeah,
as well.
He does. Yeah.
There's other colors. There's full on silver.
You could just go straight on silver. Yeah.
Fuck it, whatever.
Fuck it.
What I was gonna get back to though, you get introduced like this Venom movie must be really hoping it's successful because they introduce Woody Harrelson.
They did.
As Cletus Cassidy. You don't actually hear the name, I don't think, of Cletus Cassidy. You just have to know who it is. As a comic fan, you have to know who it is. And then...
But what does the prison guard say when he lets Eddie Brock in to interview him?
Don't touch his dick. I don't fucking know.
Don't touch his dick.
He's just really sensitive. Don't do it.
He doesn't like that.
It's something he doesn't like that. Don't touch him. Don't get too close because he's a maniacal serial killer, right?
And you know Eddie Brock doesn't listen when he's told not to touch something.
Don't get rid of the fire extinguisher. He'll use it to bash
break
those
him
bars
out. He'll fuck shit up.
But it's kind of jarring to look at Woody Harrelson with a full head of ginger pube fro.
I legit thought it was fucking Carrot Top. Like, what? Because you were telling me, like, I heard a rumor there's Woody Harrelson. I was like, no, that's fucking Carrot Top.
That's
like,
Carrot Top.
That's
dude.
fucking Carrot Top in a straitjacket where he belongs.
Comes out his face literally plastic.
Yeah.
You hear the Halloween music.
Oh fuck! But
I like the casting because I know Woody Harrelson can kind of play that Southern hick and have that crazy eye. He has crazy eyes.
He does.
Let's just get that out of the way. He has crazy eyes.
He's got some crazy fucking eyes.
He can have a soft smile. I've seen it
that
in
little
Hunger
grin
Games.
that he's got.
Little grin. It's charming, but he also has a certain amount of crazy to him, which I like the casting. But that fucking fright wig that he has on is. It's not good.
He was in Zombieland, you said?
Yeah, dude.
Tallahassee. He fucking... Who else was in Zombieland?
Jesse Eisenberg.
He's the guy from...
He plays
hang
Lex Luthor.
Hang on.
In Batman vs Superman.
He's in...
Social Network.
Shut up, I'm thinking. He's in that fucking magic movie with Dave Franco.
Yeah,
and
Now You See Me.
Now You See Me. Woody Harrelson was in that too. Okay. I have seen Zombieland. I have seen that.
How...
Can we start this over where I've seen Zombieland?
Okay, here. How can you fucking forget that you haven't seen Zombieland?
I think I've seen part of it. I think I've seen part of it.
I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
We're not friends.
We're acquaintances at best. Why are we even doing this?
We're work associates.
Why the fuck do I have you over here? How could you forget?
Get the fuck out of my house.
One thing, okay. Do you remember Bill Murray from Zombieland?
I don't. I remember Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, they're driving.
Yep. That's it. That's all you got.
So
you've watched 5 fucking minutes of Zombieland?
I've watched 5 fucking minutes of Zombieland. He's got a shotgun, I think. I don't know, man.
Well, you're not wrong.
Well, there you go. I've seen it.
Watch it again, though. God damn it.
Just for you, Chris. I'll do that.
Thanks, man. You won't be... No, this is for you. This isn't for me.
Oh, it's for me. A gift.
It's for you.
A gift from
gift
me
it.
to me.
To you.
To me
That's
from
right.
me.
Now, where were we? Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson, he's playing Carnage.
And it's such a stupid little wink and a nod at the end when he's like, hey, I'm going to get out of here, and I guarantee you're going to get out of here, and there will be carnage. And literally, I could feel him just like winking at me and then giving me an
he had
elbow
that fucking
nudge.
little smirk on his face.
And little elbow nudge. He's like,
Carnage.
I'm going to be Carnage.
You guys get what I was doing there? Next movie, I'm gonna be Carnage.
Stupid.
Stupid.
It's almost as bad as fucking Green Lantern when what's that actor?
Ryan Reynolds.
No, I know that. It's the fucking guy that he's in Kingsman as Merlin. He plays both. What's his goddamn name?
I'm terrible with names.
I know we haven't even seen Zombieland, so why am I even asking you?
Yeah, I don't know. You're asking the wrong dude.
Fuck. He plays Merlin. He's in Kingsman. I'm gonna quick Google this.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Is he? No, he's not Kingsman.
Isn't he in Kingsman? Yes, he is.
He's not.
He is.
Yeah, he is. He's in the first one.
He
Sorry.
is in the first one.
God damn it.
Fuck.
Right.
See? Even I knew that.
Golden Circle.
The Golden
is his
Circle.
name? It's gonna piss Mark Strong.
Mark-
I found it before I finished Googling it. Haha, you too. Mark Strong. He played Sinestro. It was the biggest cock tease because Sinestro is Green Lantern's like ultimate bad guy, right? Because he has the yellow ring and stuff. It's almost as bad as that. Like you have Carnage pop up for no reason, and they're really banking on this one having a sequel. But what Sony keeps fucking doing is that they keep banking on sequels. Focus on the movies at hand.
Yeah, just stick on like what's going on right now. Focus on this.
I know everyone is all about building universes or cinematic universes or whatever with these characters. Focus on building a good movie right here and right now.
Learn to walk before you can run, pretty much.
That's like the wisest thing I've ever heard. Did you just come up with that?
No, I gotta write that down. Can I borrow that pad right
yeah,
there?
Yeah,
You got a pen?
Yeah.
You guys got a pen?
Yeah. No, we have a recording. It's fine. You can.
It's recorded.
It's recorded. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Come back to it.
Good.
Yeah, walk before you can run.
I thought it was run before you can walk.
No, that's what Sony did. You want to walk before you can run.
Carnage, we're going Venom. What?
Carnage. They're another spin-off of Carnage and all that fucking bullshit.
Okay.
The second post credits, you don't really need to. It's just a extended trailer for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse or whatever.
Yeah, Spider-Verse.
Anyway, I want to see that, but I'm not going to talk about that right now.
No.
But that's it's why do that at the end? I don't like it. I don't like it.
Is that they're like fucking Marvel does that, right? Like
yeah, but that's why you shouldn't do that because they're Sony. They're not Marvel. That has no association with Spider-Man whatsoever. That's why Sony is shit in the bed. Sony, do what Fox did. Fox and 20th Century Fox just made a giant deal with Disney. Disney owns Marvel Studios. Disney is taking over everything. They just bought Fox. Therefore, Fox's characters, aka X-Men, Deadpool, Fantastic Four, they're all going to go to Disney. Disney owns Marvel. Marvel is going to integrate X-Men, Fantastic Four, probably Deadpool, into the MCU for forever. Marvel will be smart not to fuck up Deadpool's formula right now because it's a moneymaker. Don't take away R-rated stuff. However, Sony is so fucking dumb at organizing their movies that they need to attach on. They need to spread their tendrils, you could say, to Disney or to Marvel.
Wink, wink.
And just join. Just give everything they have. Like they did it with Spider-Man. Spider-Man's in the MCU.
Yeah.
Just give Venom.
Well, he's in
give all the symbiotes. Give Carnage. All that shit.
He's in the Avengers.
He's a fucking Avenger now.
He's a fucking Avenger.
He's got
the suit.
He's got the suit, dude.
He was
Iron
handpicked. He was handpicked by Tony Stark.
Yep.
Like,
get all that over. And then you have all these spin-off movies of Black Cat and Silver Sable. No. Stop doing these side movies yourself. You failed. You have failed everything, Sony. Except for PS4. I love PlayStation. It's awesome. Fuck you. Just give those characters over and get a studio that has an actual idea of what to do with these characters, and then maybe you can get some money off of it. Because you obviously did that with Spider-Man. You made a deal where you can actually get money off the toys and all the products and stuff like that. Do it again. I like where they're heading. They're heading in the right direction with Venom. Still some work to do.
Yeah, that's kind of like they're treading new waters with Venom, I think.
But it was the tester, but they still let off with that ending.
They did, yeah.
Don't do that. Just end the movie. Don't leave any sort of end credits. Nothing. Because what happened? Because they did that with Amazing Spider-Man 2. You had the hint at the overall Sinister Six.
Yeah.
You had Vulture equipment. You have Dr. Octopus vest or whatever. You had Rhino. You had the Green Goblin. And then Electro is even there. He got captured. You have they're setting up for this massive combination of all these supervillains to be the Sinister Six, even in their own movie, and then in the Amazing Spider-Man 3. But you haven't developed anything in the initial movie that you're showing these characters or the hints at these characters in. So there's no payoff. If you hint at it and you're not going to be able to make it because you shit the bed on the previous two movies, then why are you doing it fucking again? They're not learning from their mistakes.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
I need to give you a pen, man. Like you're coming up with gold right now. I
asked for a pen. Where's my pen?
You're coming up with gold right now.
Like nobody's ever said these things before.
No, not even once. Never. Anyway, I got fired up after that now.
Oh, I'm heated, boys. I'm heated.
All right, let's shake it off. All right. Overall, while I was watching Venom, I had a more enjoyable time than I thought I would.
Yeah.
But that being said, there's still more work to be done.
Absolutely.
Just develop your characters more. I like Tom Hardy in Venom. Cool. The villains, they always need work, the villains. Most of the time, the villains need work.
Yeah, they're... the thing with Spider-Man, or I shouldn't even say Spider-Man, because it's not Spider-Man, it's Venom right now. Spider-Man's got so many villains. Like, he's got a fucking a list a mile long.
That's why he's one of the best characters for me. Him and Batman, because what makes a good hero is the complexities of his villains.
Exactly.
The reason why I liked Homecoming so much, Spider-Man Homecoming, was because Vulture, Michael Keaton, brought that character to life. Rather than being this old fuck in a green leotard, he had depth to him. He had actual depth to him, and I like that. So that's why these characters, Batman and Spider-Man, are my favorite. Because they have good villains.
There's just so many angles they could go with, so many...
And they still do it wrong. Anyways, as a whole, I definitely say watch it, just to get your own opinion about it.
Absolutely.
Theater, sure. It's eventually going to come to Netflix. I have no doubt about that. But I really think it can do better. What do you think? You enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like I said before, though, I'm not easy to please. Like,
if you're a comic guy, you come into this, you really need to leave your brain at the door.
Yeah.
And your criticisms, because the worst fanboys are people worse than me that are hardcore super geeks and will jizz over comics.
They'll fucking pick apart that movie like a...
And there's been reactions like that where they just fucking they're just shitting on it.
They're just shitting right on
I'm
fucking
part
movie.
way there, but I can appreciate what they've done so
like
far.
You're kind of like turtle. You're doing like a turtle head shit on the movie. That's where you're at. Like,
it's like half in, half out.
Yeah, I can kind of go, but I can kind of wait till I get home.
I appreciate what they're doing because it's leaps and bounds. It's a Venom leap and bound away from what they did in Spider-Man 3. Still work to be done.
Absolutely.
And don't tease something that is not a guarantee. That's what really bothered me about it. Just focus on the movie you have. Worry about the sequels later, because the audience essentially determines if that movie is going to get a sequel.
Absolutely, and I think that's the thing with like a franchise like this, where they have so many villains, so many bad guys. Really, just take your time.
Which is funny because Batman keeps trying to build up the Joker in like the universe and stuff like that in the movies.
Yeah.
Batman has so many characters you can have. Have a cinematic Hush. Have you ever heard of Hush? I'll take that deafening silence as a no. He's a great villain. He takes over Batman or Bruce Wayne's identity and pretty much destroys Batman from the inside out. It's amazing.
Okay.
Great villain. Have Black Mask in there. Have, I don't know what else hasn't been in a movie. Have Clayface as a minor villain. Have, you already had Scarecrow and stuff.
Yeah. He was in the Batman. Was it Batman Begins?
Yeah. That was for a cinematic version, trying to be as realistic as possible.
Yeah.
Pretty good take on it. I actually really enjoyed it quite a bit.
I did enjoy that movie.
But have a good Mr. Freeze, not Arnold. Please do Mr. Freeze right, because he's a good character.
I love Mr. Freeze, all-time favorite Batman villain.
You got really loud there for saying, I love Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze the man.
Mr. Freeze.
He's a good villain, though. He's
a
good villain.
I had a VHS tape when I was a kid. Batman versus Mr. Freeze, and it was
of the animated. Like
it was animated. Yeah, it was just fucking dope.
That's the best version of him though so far.
It was fucking.
He's
dope.
good in the Batman Arkham games though, or I think it was Arkham Origins. I think he's in.
Okay,
but it's good. Like that character's good. Have a good version of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our review of Venom.
Venom.
Take it or leave it. It's all right. I'm just gonna look up some facts real quick here before we sign off.
Factamundos.
Because we have some stuff of what we've been seeing, what we're gonna see here real quick. Venom. The budget for this guy, I think it was like 120 million, which is a lot, I think, for this kind of flick.
That's a lot of money.
Let me see, where can I find it? Let's go on the good old trustworthy source, Wikipedia. They always have good facts, right? It's trustworthy. You can't edit it from an outside source, right?
No, it's all strictly from inside professionals.
Fuck. Where's the budget? Okay. So yeah, it's about 100 to 116 million. Which for a quote unquote blockbuster standard, I feel like let's put that. I always loved coming back to Venom for this, to Deadpool for this.
Deadpool,
because they made that movie for 30 mil, I think it was 20 mil or 30 mil the first movie.
Yeah, it was a really low budget movie.
Low budget, had all the right effects, even little baby hands. So this one is 14A. They had a budget of 100 million. It's a fucking lot of money to be investing in this shit. You don't need that big of a budget, I don't think, for this type of movie.
No.
You can cut that quite a bit, still have your 14A rating. I'm not necessarily agreeing with that rating. I think that if they went full ham with R, it would have been more inclined to the character. I know, like even the show and stuff like that, you can have a Venom 14A. He's not necessarily an R character, but even I remember playing a video game on my PS2, Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
And you're as Venom, and you're sucking up people with your tendrils and eating them. It was rated T, so you can get away with that stuff, but if you have characters like, if you're going to include Carnage later, or if you have a character of Riot ripping off Carnage's powers, and you have blades and shit, and you're cutting people apart and biting people's heads off, maybe include a little bit more violence.
Well,
or
yeah,
show the violence a little bit more. You don't need it. It'd just be a fan preference.
It's kind of like not a cheaper, but like a lighter.
It's Venom light.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something. I see you put it in one of your other podcasts. So I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say it's like a diet Venom, but
there you go. Yeah,
it's the Diet Coke of Venom.
Yes, someone listens.
I dropped my phone. It came on. I just.
I don't know how it got on there.
Yeah, I tried to shut it off.
I
my
deleted
phone froze.
it immediately.
Threw my phone out. Got a new one. Should be here any day now. Anywho,
that's pretty much all I want. I just want to check the budget for it real quick.
Yep. Budget is checked.
That's all we could talk about Venom. I've been talking about this ad nauseum, but I really like these movies where I have a previous background knowledge on them, at least a little bit. to talk shit about them and have something to compare with.
Yeah.
It's also kind of a hindrance because I might be too critical in that sense, but oh well.
See, for me, I'm the other way around. Like that movie Rampage that came out this summer with Dwayne Johnson. I played the shit out of that game for N64. So, like, to see something like just something stupid as punching buildings.
Yeah.
With giant fucking animals.
I think we actually did a review of that.
I did. I was there when you guys went to the movie. I remember that.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, James and I, we were in that, and you were there.
You guys said some hurtful things to me. No, I'm just kidding.
We walked in, saw you, said "fuck you, Tyler."
I didn't know this was a gay movie.
No, you're straight now. You reversed
yes,
it.
that's right.
You're taking it back.
We're taking it back.
Yeah, no, like, I like because how can you make a full-fledged fucking movie about just mutated monsters smashing buildings? Well, that's how.
Yeah, like for me, that was a like nostalgia type of movie.
Again, it was really campy and bad.
Oh yeah, it was like a total shit movie, but I still fucking love that movie.
Yeah, like
even like
the nostalgia feels it.
Yeah, like my boy always asks me, he's like, like, do you like this movie better than Rampage? I'm like, no, like Rampage is the shit. Like, stop asking me.
But it's one of those things where like, how can you make that into a movie? But
exactly,
I guess. But
anyways, we're not talking about Rampage. We're not talking about
anymore.
Venom.
Tyler,
yes.
What have you been watching recently, or what are you going to watch that you want to watch that is coming out?
Well, recently, I've been kind of catching up on Game of Thrones. Like, I've rewatching through the series.
If this was going to be like one of those things where, I haven't watched Zombieland, I don't know what it is, I would literally have to smash my laptop over your face if you're just watching it now. But if you're rewatching it,
I'm rewatching it just in preparation for the upcoming season.
That's allowed.
And then,
it's been 2 years. Fuck.
It's been fucking
almost 2 years.
That came out last summer, wasn't it? The summer before, I don't know.
2017.
Was it 2017?
It's gonna be 2019 by the time the second season comes out.
I remember it was 2-year wait time.
Stupid.
So yeah, I've been slowly going through that on my days off. They got it on demand on the fucking TV, so I'll flick on an episode. Flick on an episode or two. And season 2 of Big Mouth just came out, so I just started that last night.
I also started that yesterday as well.
1, maybe 2 episodes.
It gets pretty good. I'm on episode 4, I think. I'm a huge fan of Big Mouth. The first season came out of nowhere for me because I just decided to put it on, but it's the perfect adult comedy.
Absolutely. Like for me, I was watching something. I think I was watching Family Guy or something like that. Yeah. And when you're watching something on Netflix, you'll finish the season.
Because you watch this.
Well, no, it'll just start playing like the trailer for something else.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was just too fucking lazy to change the fucking channel. So
you actually molded right into the couch.
So yeah, I found it totally by accident, and it was just hilarious.
It's fucking fantastic. I really love Nick Kroll.
Nick Kroll.
And John Mulaney. They're a good comedy duo. They have Jordan Peele in it as well. It's so good. It's so well done. The animation is great. The fucking hormone monsters are
just
fantastic.
The fact that there's no boundaries. Like they'll...
They don't give a shit, and it's fucking fantastic.
One episode, they actually just, fucking showed like a 14-year-old's vagina or something like that. It was just
That's what you like? That's your highlight? You fucking sicko.
No.
No.
But no, it's a funny show.
They're in what is it? The sauna or whatever? Like it's the
something
Asian
like that.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, no, they do that. They push the limits.
They do push the limits.
Nick Kroll's gone around. He's like, it's better to do it animated because you can get away with more.
You can't fucking do it live.
You can't do it live.
You can't.
You can't do it live.
You straight up can't.
No, it's illegal. You can't do that.
Laws.
There are laws. Animation, no problem though. Yeah, I've been watching that as well.
You can totally put an animated 14-year-old's vagina on TV, no problem.
Jesus Christ. That's not okay.
Anyway,
I say this right now. That's not supposed to be the fucking selling point, Tyler. God damn it.
No, the selling point's the kid with the big mouth.
Yeah, Nick Kroll's character.
It's in the name.
It's in the name.
But yeah, I've been watching that. 1 or 2 episodes in. Definitely gonna check that out.
Yep.
Movies coming out. It's October, so we got some Halloween flicks coming out.
We got actually the Halloween flick
We got
coming
the
out.
Halloween flick coming out.
Now I don't know about how like this one. It's a reboot, but a sequel. I heard
It's
that
a rebooted sequel. I think Halloween's going on next door here.
We heard a horrible scream coming out down the hallway. Someone's getting assaulted. Jesus Christ, that was terrifying.
Ooh.
So this one, Halloween, is coming out October 19th, I think it is. I may have just pulled that date of my asshole. But I think it's a sequel directly to the first Halloween movie that came in the 70s.
Okay.
Everything else, I think they're scrapping. The Rob Zombie ones, that it was a reboot as well. They're scrapped those. All the other ones, like Day of the Witch or whatever the fuck Halloween 3 was. I think everything up from Halloween Resurrection, Halloween H2O, and back is all scrapped in their
Put it in the
universe. Put it in the shredder, dude. And this one's a reboot where it's like fucking 40 years later, and Laurie is now a badass granny, and she's been waiting for Jason to get free, so she
Michael Myers.
Same shit, really. Michael Myers.
I'm waiting for Jason. You're gonna be waiting a long time.
She gets stabbed from the back from Michael Myers. Like, wrong guy, motherfucker.
Shit. I was not expecting that.
But yeah, I want to see that one. I've been watching a bunch of horror movies recently, well, old ones. I watched Wreck, 2007, 2008, maybe 2007's Wreck.
Okay.
Spanish movie. It's all subtitled, but they also made a American version of that, Quarantine, in 2008.
Quarantine. Oh yeah.
They're all in the apartment and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And watched the original Wreck. Really good movie. I really like that. Good times. I watched. I've been starting. Fuck. I've been starting to watch Jack Ryan, or Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, the one with John Krasinski.
Okay.
He's the typical Jack Ryan. It's probably like the fourth iteration of the character of Jack Ryan. You had Ben Affleck. You had Chris Pine. I think. Richard Gere. Maybe I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. No, Ben Affleck definitely. Chris Pine definitely, because he was in the movie Jack Ryan. Now they have the TV show. It's really good so far. It's on Amazon Prime. I've been acquiring it by other means, and and it's really good. I'm on episode 4 or something like that. Fantastic show. And lastly, I've been checking out. There's only 7 episodes of this, but it's Sacha Baron Cohen's Who is America?
Okay. It sounds like something fucking Michael Moore would make. Who is America?
Inject a Michael Moore documentary with steroids, HGH, TRT, and just a bunch of dick pills, and that's what this show is all about. He plays 4 characters, like his typical like Dali G, Bruno, and Borat. He has 4 brand new characters. It's all amazing makeup. It's pretty much just making fun of America's pride and patriotism and just fucking hacking away at it. It is phenomenal. It's 30-minute episodes or something like that. He's gotten U.S. senators fired for what they have done on this show.
Oh, really?
And they have voluntarily done it on his show with minimal prompting.
Jesus.
It's hilarious. You can't get better than this because it's so good. He
So
he
good.
kind of juxtaposes people that are willing to do his shticks with people that actually have a brain and go along with it.
Yeah.
Because people that don't want to do it, they're like, "What are you doing? This doesn't make sense. I'm not doing this shit. This is fucking ridiculous. I'm out. No, I can't do this."
This is bullshit.
They open it with Bernie Sanders, and he's like, "No, I don't. Your math doesn't add up. I'm done with this. I'm done." And then he gets away with so much other shit with U.S. senators, people in the NRA. Excuse me, people in the NRA. It's so good. And then he cuts back with another news reporter a couple episodes in where he's objecting with everything he's trying to get away with. So you can say no to these guys, and you don't have to go just because there's a camera in front of you. You don't have to agree with what this guy is saying or interviewing or whatever. But then it cuts back to some people that are just so dumb and just go along with his characters. I can't recommend this show enough. I've watched 4 of 7 already. I've been in stitches. Watch Who is America. If you want a good laugh, Who is America? Who is America? Who is America, you may ask? I don't know, but I'm trying to find out through this.
Dying to find out,
It's
guys.
amazing. Watch that.
Is that on Netflix, TV? What is that?
It's on Showtime, but again, I've been having to get other means of watching it. It's fantastic. It's so short, you can binge watch all of them super quick. It's hilarious. Please do yourself a favor and watch that. But that's what I've been watching recently, and that's what I'm going to get into in the next couple. Or Halloween's next on the list, probably for the movie watching.
Yeah.
We'll see what else comes out next week. But Tyler, I think that's the show, though.
That's the show, folks.
We've been at this for almost an hour and a half. This is the longest podcast I think we've ever done.
Well, it's because you got fucking better. Whatever this.
As he shows off his bod, he's
Get
pointing
more
down
of
to
this.
his bod.
Some more stuff.
It was fun. How'd you like it?
I like the podcast.
Yeah. You're a fan?
Yeah. The good.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's great. I had a good time. Thanks for filling in.
No problem.
James will be back probably in a few weeks, guys, and we'll have Tyler back whenever he wants. Come
Whenever
in.
he wants.
Maybe it could be a 3-way. Who knows?
Ooh, getting rowdy on the podcast.
But yeah, appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
That's
thanks
been
for having
fun.
me.
If you want, where can people find you? If you want them to hit you up on social media, you can say no. It's okay.
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram.
The Instagram, what you at on your Instagram follow? What's your handle?
TPawn17.
Nice.
That's T, as in Tyler.
Right.
P,
Tango.
as in polar bears. No, TPawn17 on Instagram. I don't post shit on there, so.
All right, cool. So don't follow Tyler.
Well, you can message me on there, but like, I think the last picture I posted was something for Father's Day. So.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to tag you in a picture because we're going to take a selfie after this. Thanks for coming on.
Fuck! I didn't do my hair. Cool. Well,
You can find me, guys, on Instagram. I'm at Christopher Gods. I'm also on Twitter at Christoph Godin. We can find us on Twitter as well for the show at ArmchairPod, ArmchairPod. Email the show if you'd like. ohmygodinaudio@gmail.com. Guys, we're everywhere now that you can possibly think of to listen to. That the main squeezes. Got iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play, Stitcher, all the good stuff. We're out for download and streaming. If you'd like, hit us up, guys. Let us know what you think. Share, like, comment, review. This is Armchair Reviews.
yeah.
Thanks for coming out, Tyler. It's been fun.
It's been grand.
All right, guys. See you next week for an undisclosed topic. I don't know what we're going to do yet.
Dun.
Bum, bum, ba. Bye, guys.
Peace.
Bye. Happy Thanksgiving.